Adesina. President Buhari expressed Nigeria's gratitude to the Chinese government for the support so far given. On his part, Wang Yi applauded what he called the mutual trust and sound personal friendship between President Buhari and President Xi Jinping of China, noting that it has guided the bilateral relationship between the two countries. He added that China loves to begin the year's diplomatic work from Africa, and Nigeria was chosen as the first port of call in 2021, since the year marks the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations between the two countries. A federal high court in Abuja has admitted the original certificate of Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki as evidence. This comes as Justice Ahmed Mohammed presides over the case of alleged certificate forgery instituted against the governor by the All Progressives Congress (APC) and a chieftain of the party, Williams Edobo. The presiding judge admitted the document as exhibits on Tuesday, while the defendants called their first witness, Charity Agoba, to attest to their originality. Documents admitted by the court include Governor Obaseki's first school leaving certificate obtained in 1971, his ordinary level certificate obtained in 1973, and his higher school certificate obtained in 1976. Others are the governor's Bachelor of Arts degree certificate issued by the University of Ibadan in 1979 and a master's degree certificate issued to him by the Pace University in New York, the United States, in 1994. Counsel to the plaintiffs, Akin Olujimi, had raised an objection to the primary school certificate and original copy of the governor's certificate from the University of Ibadan. He said the documents were not front-loaded and all arguments with respect to the objections raised will be taken to the final written address. Governor Obaseki's certificate were admitted as evidence a day after the APC closed its case against him. Still in Edo State, the clan head of Imiakebu community in Esako East local government area of Edo State, Chief Karim Yahaya Azamaudu II of Imiakebu, has appeared with 4 others before the Edo State Judicial Panel of Inquiry for Victims of SARS and related abuses to seek financial compensation to the tune of 50 billion naira. The money is for the compensation for the 5 youth who were allegedly murdered by the divisional police officers of the Agenebode station of the Nigeria Police Force, a superintendent of police, John Agaga, in his community. The incident was said to have happened on December 28, 2019. He also asked for 50 million naira compensation each for 5 elders, including himself, who were wrongfully detained at Agenebode Police Station and State Police Command Headquarters for 5 days. Chief Yahaya also asked the panel to compel the police authorities to release the bodies of the slain youth to their families to enable them to give them a befitting burial rites. Yahaya gave names of the victims of the dastardly shooting as Sabo Abacha, Garuba Shaka, Sunday Augustine, Isaac John, and Sunday Jr. And now to the educational sector, where the authorities of the University of Benin, UNIBEN, have announced 30th of January for the resumption of academic activities in the Ivory Tower. The institution's public relations officer, Benedicta Ehanire, said the decision was made at the end of the meeting of the University Senate on Monday. She further explained that the semester is expected to run until 1st of April 2021, while the second semester is billed to commence on April 5th, 2021. In a related development, the Senate of the University of Ilorin has approved January 11th for the resumption of academic activities in the university. And meanwhile, the Senate of Bayero University Kanu has also approved the cancellation of 2019-2020 session for all undergraduate and postgraduate programs. This was part of the decision adopted at the Senate in a meeting presided by the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Sajir Abbas, on Monday. The University Registrar Fatima Mohammed, in a statement, said the new academic session will now begin on January 18, 2021, while the second semester will commence on May 3, 2021. Meanwhile, the leadership of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, says it is awaiting the release of the 40 billion naira earned allowance the federal government promised the union 12 days after it called off the 9-month strike. ASU said the government has also failed to continue payment of the withheld salaries of its members that are not enrolled on the controversial Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System (IPPIS) after paying 2 months in December. The union called off its strike on December the 23rd, 2020, after a new deal with the government team led by Minister of Labour and Employment Chris Ngige on December 22nd. As a sign of good faith, the government paid 2 months of its 6 months withheld salaries of ASU members since March last year, leaving 4-month arrears. The government, through the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, was also supposed to continue the payment of the withheld salaries of the union members after Ngige got a special waiver from President Muhammadu Buhari to that effect. Away from the educational sector, the Lagos High Court sitting in Ikeja has convicted a former managing director of Finbank PLC, Okemu Osu, and 3 other directors of the bank. Justice Latifat Okumu convicted the 4 for stealing over 18 billion naira from the bank. In her judgments delivered on Tuesday, the court sentenced 3 of the convicts to a 4-year jail term after ordering them to pay the 18 billion naira. Coming up in a moment, Carter Jones ruling on Shore and others' bail application. Details in a moment.
At split seconds, there is a lot happening around us, but we can't be everywhere all the time. We've got work, families, and chores to cater to, and most importantly, time to rest. And that's why having a reliable partner like KUFM News is important. Sleeping? We don't. We work round the clock, bringing you stories as they break from Nigeria and across the world. We would stop at nothing to keep you informed, because KUFM News is all about you and stories that affect you. Politics, business, human interests, sports, entertainment, just name it. We've got you covered. KUFM News. Timely, precise, spot on.
Welcome back, and now to the rest of the news on Newsdawn. A chief magistrate court in Abuja has fixed January 8th for ruling on the bail application filed on behalf of Omoyele Sowore and 4 others. Chief Magistrate Mabel Shegu Bello fixed the date on Tuesday after listening to the application for bail moved by the lawyer to the defendants, Marshal Abubakar, and the opposition by the prosecutor. The court also ordered the defendant to be remanded at the Force CIID facility in Area 10 following complaints by Sowore that they were denied food and medical attention at the Kuje Correctional Center. Chief Magistrate Shegu Bello further ordered the police to provide the 3rd defendant, Damilare Adenola, who is a law student of the University of Abuja, with internet facilities and writing materials to enable him to join his classmates who resumed online classes on January 5th. Sowore and the 4 others were arraigned on January 4th on 3 counts of criminal conspiracy, unlawful assembly, and inciting public disturbance, but they all pleaded not guilty to the charges. They were arrested by the police on New Year's Eve during a candlelight procession organized by Sowore against bad governance. And meanwhile, the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has sought the intervention of the United Nations over the detention of the convener of #RevolutionNow movement, Omoyele Sowore, and 4 others. In a statement on Tuesday by its Deputy Director, Kolawole Oluwadari, the group said it has sent an urgent complaint to the UN Working Group on arbitrary detention over the detention, torture, and other ill treatments Sowore and the others, whom it said were activists for peacefully exercising their human rights. In a complaint dated January 4th, it stressed that the detention of the 5 persons constituted an arbitrary deprivation of their liberty, saying it does not have any legal justification. The human rights group urged the UN Working Group to initiate a procedure involving the investigation of the charges against Sowore and the activists, and to urgently send an allegation letter to the Nigerian government inquiring about the case generally. Before the arraignment, Sowore had in a tweet called for a crossover protest, asking Nigerians to pick up a candle and a placard showing their grievances against the Muhammadu Buhari administration. Coming up in a moment on our business news, National Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC) says no 50% increase in electricity tariff. Details in a moment.
1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 1 million. 2 million, 3 million, 600 billion, and the last kobo. Oh yes, we follow the money. It's all about the business and the business of business. The gains and the losses. The bulls and bears. the rise and falls, the risk and the satisfaction of seeing the last kobo rise to millions. On KUFM's Business News, the simple and complex jargons of business just make sense. Get the trending news on the morning market, forecast, investment opportunities, policy changes, and other breakout information on the ever-busy world of business. KU Business News, Monday to Friday on our news dawn, 6:30 to 7 a.m.
And now on our business news, the management of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, says there is no 50% increase in electricity tariff. This was made known by NERC's Head of Public Affairs, Michael Falosheyi, in a statement in Abuja on Tuesday. Falosheyi spoke against the backdrop in some quarters that the electricity tariff had been increased by 50%. He said no approval has been granted for 50% tariff increase in the tariff order for electricity distribution companies, DISCOs, which took effect from January 1st, 2021. NERC says, on the contrary, the tariff for customers on service bands D and E, that's customers being served less than an average of 12 hours of supply per day for a period of 1 month, remains frozen and subsidized in line with the policy direction of the federal government. Falosheyi said in compliance with the Electricity Power Sector Reforms Act and the nation's tariffs methodology for biannual review, the rates for service bands A, B, C, D, and E have been adjusted by 2 naira to 4 naira per kilowatt to reflect the partial impact of inflation and movement in foreign exchange rates. He said the Commission remains committed to protecting electricity consumers from failure to deliver on committed service levels under the service-based tariff regime. To the financial sector, where the Central Bank of Nigeria has instructed lending institutions to obtain reports of borrowers from credit bureaus as part of their due diligence in granting loans. It also said the operations of private credit bureaus will be guided by the provisions of the Credit Reporting Act 2017 and the National Credit Reporting System Regulation 2019. CBN said this in its report on monetary credit, foreign trade and exchange policy guidelines for fiscal years 2021/2020. The CBN said all banks and other financial institutions must continue to have data exchange agreements with at least 2 licensed credit bureaus. It also asked banks should update any change in the data submitted to a credit bureau pursuant to relevant provision of the Act, at least on a monthly basis or more frequently, or in accordance with a schedule provided by the credit bureau. Finally, in business, the World Bank on Tuesday downgraded its outlook for the global economy and warns the situation could deteriorate if COVID-19 infections accelerate or the vaccine rollout is delayed. The coronavirus pandemic also has worsened the risks surrounding the rising debt load in developing nations, and it will take a global effort to avoid a new crisis in those economies, the bank cautioned. After shrinking 4.3% in 2020, the world economy is projected to grow by 4.0% this year, 0.2 lower than previously forecast, as more than half of countries were downgraded in the semi-annual Global Economic Prospect Report. China was a bright spot with a surprisingly fast recovery in 2020, but advanced country which did better last year will fare worse in 2021, the bank said. The report warns the outlook remains highly uncertain and GDP growth could be as low as 1.6% this year if the downside risk materialize. And that's it on business. And now to sports, where Tottenham beat Brentford to reach EFL Cup final. These details in a moment. And now talking sports, where Jose Mourinho moved Tottenham Hotspur to within 1 game of their first trophy in 13 years as they earned a Carabao Cup semi-final win over Brentford. Spurs have not claimed silverware since they beat Chelsea in the 2008 League Cup final, and they were made to work hard before seeing off the Championship's promotion chasers in this one-leg semi-final at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Brentford had beaten 4 Premier League sides in the run to their first major semi-final, but they were behind after only 12 minutes when Moussa Sissoko headed Sergio's cross beyond B's keeper David Raya. Thomas Frank's side thought they had equalized after the hour when top scorer Ivan Toney headed in, but the goal was ruled out for the most marginal of offsides when the striker was actually down on his haunches earlier in the move. Mourinho's side will now meet with Manchester United or Manchester City in the final at Wembley in April. Finally on sports, Super Eagles midfielder Ogenye Onazi has announced his exit from Danish club Sonderjyk 3 months after he joined on a free. Onazi, who made this known via his Instagram page on Tuesday, joined the club on a free after severed ties with Turkish club Denizlispor. The 28-year-old made a total of 4 appearances in all competitions for Sonderjyk, totaling 162 minutes. Onazi, who made his debut for Nigeria in 2012, has been capped 51 times. He was a member of the Eagles squad that won the 2013 Africa Cup of Nations title. He is also part of Nigeria's team to the 2014 and 2018 World Cup. And that's it in sports. And that's the news. But before we go, let's take a quick recap of the headlines. On the news this morning, we told you that President Muhammadu Buhari has re-emphasized the need to bridge infrastructural gap. And also to judiciary matters where court admitted Governor Obaseki's certificate as evidence of our alleged forgery. And finally, on the educational sector, Unipen and 2 others varsity have announced resumption dates. Please do remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play your part. Do not forget you can listen to us anywhere in the world, either by visiting our website at www.kufm.net. Download a mobile app from the Google Play Store to listen, or you can also listen to us on radiogarden.com. For visual purposes, you can join us live on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria. KUFM's News Dawn was produced by Lebedum Asagwaram. I am God's Love Orlando, saying thanks for listening and good morning.
Don't you touch that dial. Sugar, don't touch that dial.
KUFM 92.7.
Everybody say
like it good day, if you like it bad day. Anything when you do for this life, my brother, not for your head, oh. This one not true story, oh. J Martins, that's my anyhow when we decrease the goal, I saw the people, them are mental, oh. If you get the money, you know get it. I saw some people go the best say. If you talk, you know talk, they go say you to talk, make we just take jolly they go. Them mama, them papa, make you hear me, well, hey, who God has blessed, no one can call. Everybody say now we can like this, call me T-Maya, just because I'm getting higher. Bad belly people that they wonder. Hey, my brother man, I they strike like thunder. Say them they call me T-Maya. I may be a very papa wanna fire sir. Hey, everybody done begin they wonder. Say me Maya they play like a bazooka. Say chai, now me be the toya. Be like an African fire. Hey, everybody wanna toya. Mama and papa them they begin to the fire. Chai, say now me be the toya. Hey, everybody wanna fire. Mama and papa the people that wanna come toya. Chai. Everybody say now we can like this. People side to all them baggers where they plan make a fall, they go see me, they go up higher. Anyhow where you be, make you know say Baba got there for your side. Make una hear me. Jematis a don't come and say. Everybody say now we can make me say. Like an originally fire. Everybody wanna tire. Mama and papa them they begin to the fire. Now me be the tire. Like an originally fire. Everybody wanna tire. Mama and papa them they begin to the fire.
Stalking your exes. Follow us on Facebook at KUFM Nigeria.
Hey, I'm with you, my love. Planet. Hey, rocket. I'm with you, my love. With you, everything is well. Your love, they make my heart to do yori. Nobody can love you the way I do. I'm with you, my love. With you, everything is well. Your love, they make my heart to do yori. Nobody can love you the way I do. I'm with you, my love. Same thing, way they make me feel like say you go be my wife. Now the same thing whipping they make my friend talk say I dey waste my time. Now because I dey respect you, girl, spend it for you every night and day. I dey pray for you because of you. I dey fly like butterfly, my love. Now this thing make people they say I don't lose my sense, my pain, but nobody can stop me from loving you. I'm with you, my love. With you everything is well. Your love they make my heart to do yori. Nobody can love you the way I do. I'm with you, my love. With you everything is well. Your love they make my heart to do yori. Nobody can love you the way I do. I'm with you, my love. You see the way all the things they flow. So I'm surprised to see how they love you so. Girl, I just suspect say them no. Say that you be the person where they make me flow. Ooh, I tell them say you are the blessing, and that's why you are so interesting. Nobody is understanding the way you are. Oh my beautiful girl. Now all these make people they say I don't lose my face, my pain, but they can't stop me from loving you. I'm with you, my love. You everything is well. Your love they make my heart to do yori. Nobody can love you the way I do. I'm with you, my love. With you everything is well. Your love they make my heart to do yori. Nobody can love you the way I do. I'm with you, my love. Your love they affect my brain. Into you they make me go insane. It go make sense if you come my place. If you know hear them, I go talk and again. Your love they affect my brain. Oh my love, how they go insane. Just leave them the way he be, the way he is. Oh my love. Now all these make people they say I don't lose my sense, my brain, but they can't stop me from loving you. I'm with you, my love. Everything is well. Your love they make my heart to do yori. Nobody can love you the way I do. I'm with you, my love. With you everything is well. Your love they make my heart to do yori. Nobody can love you the way I do. I'm with you, my love. I'm with you, my love. Everything is well. Your love they make my heart to do yori. Nobody can love you the way I do. I'm with you, my love. With you everything is well. Your love they make my heart to do yori. Nobody can love you the way I do. I'm with you, my love. Yeah. Yori. They come see I die. My love. Ooh, my love. Nobody can stop I keep on loving you. I'm with you, my love.
More music, more variety.
Turn it up.
92.7.
Don't you touch that dial. Sugar, don't touch that dial.
KUFM 92.7.
Most people remember their wedding day for different reasons, like the ceremony, the vows, beauty of the event, the love that they shared with their spouse, the dance, the dress. But I remember mine for something else. I married a man from another tribe, and on my wedding day, my mother-in-law took the microphone and welcomed me in my own native language. Can you believe this amazing woman took language classes just to help me feel at home? For me, that was the best wedding gift because nothing spoke louder than that action.
Words are powerful, but even more powerful is when they are backed by action, which is why at Keystone Bank, we don't just say you're important. We show you how by providing you with simple and innovative banking technology that hits home. At Keystone Bank, experience customer dedication and innovation that goes beyond words. Keystone Bank, we grow together. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Life isn't always perfect, but we can still make it memorable. Hollandia, celebrate the season's goodness. Hollandia.
Ho, 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 Hollandia. Share nourishing goodness this season.
Hey! Make you no sleep on top bicycle. This better don't tie rapper. For those of you who never using an MTN SIM for over 15 days now, MTN don't charge. Come increase your welcome back of our whoop to 12 times your recharge when you load 100 naira and above. Yes, so no be 1, no be 2, no be 3, no be 4, no be even 10 sef. Now 12 times your recharge, then go take credit and data knock your phone. This one means if you recharge 100 naira, MTN go summer you with 900 naira credit plus 300 naira data bonus. If you can't recharge 200 naira, now 1,800 naira credit go drop for your phone plus 600 naira data bonus. Just make sure so you use *161* recharge pin hash take recharge and enjoy your bonus for up to 30 days. This one don't pass welcome back. MTN can add Shaw Banker second term on top self. Hey, where that my MTN SIM? Let me self begin follow enjoy better too.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
My people, make una listen, no be news say coronavirus don't shoot up again, Therefore, make we dey careful, especially for this new year jolly. But no cause for alarm, because Edo State government don't stand gidigba to deal with this coronavirus, just like Obaseki government and our health workers fight am when he first enter Nigeria. To beat the coronavirus this time, need they make everybody shine their eyes and take the matter serious. So, if you dey come out for house, make you wear your face mask and make people wey dey near you to wear their own. Make you wash your hands always with soap and everybody must wear face masks for public. We must protect the people wey don old. Government don put all testing and isolation centers on alert. If you don't get anything serious to do outside, I beg, make you stay inside your house to protect yourself and your people. If you just travel, come from Obodoyibo, I beg, make you call 080-036-25000. Make you speak with the expert from government. Remember, say, curfew day from 12 midnight to 4 a.m. Now, Edo State government, now bring this message, come on.
Turn the radio up.
92.7.
Lego.
And they that God has given me, we are made for signs and wonders.
Good morning and welcome to the Bob Only Devotional. Be blessed as you listen.
Today is Wednesday, January 6th. Our topic is Live and Function More Like Jesus This Year. Our Bible texts are Matthew 14:25-29, New International Version, John 14, verse 12a. I read, Shortly before dawn, Jesus went out to them, walking on the lake. When the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. "It's a ghost," they said, and they cried out in fear. But Jesus immediately said to them, "Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid." "Lord, if it's you," Peter replied, "tell me to come to you on the water." "Come," he said. Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came toward Jesus. "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believed on me, the works that I do shall he do also."
Good morning, Alex Idu is my name. I welcome you to this beautiful day. Above Only Devotional is brought to you every day in this station to bless you and bring you face to face with your Father and the Maker. I want you to tune in every day and enjoy it. God richly bless you. Have a nice day.
Welcome back. The greatest thing that God desires for you this year is that you live and function just like Jesus.